All right, let's dive into some seriously direct advice from one of the most resilient entrepreneurs on the planet, Jack Ma. Now, his core message is a challenge to that autopilot mode we all fall into. The idea is simple. If you want to actually shape your future, you've got to start by thinking about yourself, always. So let's get right into it.
Wow, this first idea really hits hard, doesn't it? It completely reframes time. It's not just something that passes by, it's a daily shot at growth. And if you miss that shot, well, it's wasted. Just think about that for a second. In a world that's moving this fast, if you're standing still, you're actually falling behind. So let's make this personal. I mean, really personal. Do you actually actively think about your life? Or do you just get caught in that familiar old rhythm, wake up, work, scroll, sleep, and then repeat? The whole point here is to snap out of that cycle and start being intentional about who you're becoming every single day. Now, I know what you might be thinking, easy for a billionaire to say, but hold on, let's get some perspective here. We're talking about a guy who was the only person rejected for a job at KFC out of 24 applicants. He got denied by Harvard 10 times. This is so important to remember. Success is never an accident. It's built on a mountain of failures and just refusing to quit. And that brings us to the first major piece of the puzzle, your own mindset. Because here's the truth. Before you can change anything on the outside, you have to change how you think on the inside. It all starts in your head. You really have two ways to look at things. On one side, you have the excuse factory. My teacher had it out for me. The government's a mess. It's a total dead end. But on the other side, you've got responsibility. Okay, only I can fix this. My actions are what will change things. That's where all your power is, realizing you're the one who has to make the move. And this quote just lays it all out there with some brutal honesty. Life is going to be tough. It's going to be unfair sometimes. But complaining, it doesn't fix a thing. The world responds to what you do, not what you complain about. Being self-reliant isn't just a nice little platitude. It's a survival skill. So let's be real. If you're out there taking action, you are going to fail. That's a guarantee. The critical shift you have to make is to stop seeing failure as the end of the road. It's not. It's not a judgment on who you are. It's just data. It's a lesson telling you, hey, that approach didn't work. Time to try something new. This whole process is exactly like learning to ride a bike. Nobody, and I mean nobody, gets it on the first try. You fall. You get back up. You fall again. You scrape your knee. But with every single fall, you're learning a little bit more about balance. And eventually, you stop wobbling so much. And then all of a sudden, you're riding smoothly. That right there is what it means to fail forward. Okay, so we've got the internal mindset dialed in, but how does that translate into the real world? It's not just about thinking differently. You have to act differently. And that all starts by focusing on being genuinely useful, not just busy. So many people get this completely backward. They think the goal is to chase money. But that's a trap that just leads to feeling empty. The real goal, the real secret, is to create value. Be useful. Find problems and solve them for other people. When you make that your focus, something amazing happens. Money and success, they start following you. And a massive part of being useful is being able to communicate that value. You can be the most talented person in the world, but if you can't get your ideas across clearly, that talent just goes to waste. It's a skill you have to practice. Not just talking, but really listening, speaking with clarity, and making sure that people actually get what you're saying. Oh, this is one of my favorite metaphors ever. Look, working hard is great, but working smart is what really moves the needle. You can spend all day hacking away at a tree with a dull axe, and you'll just end up exhausted. Or you can take 30 minutes to sharpen the axe first. That little bit of preparation, that strategy, that's the very definition of working smart. Okay, so we've covered your inner game and your outer game. Now let's zoom out. Let's talk about the long-term strategy, the core pillars that are going to support the entire building of your future.
This is such a profound truth. Seriously, stop and think. Who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? Their habits, their attitudes, their ambitions, all of that stuff rubs off on you. It's contagious. If you're surrounded by people who are negative and lazy, you're gonna get dragged down. But if you're with people who are motivated and positive, you can't help but rise with them. Choose very, very carefully.
So here it is, your future checklist. You have to be intentional about these 4 things.
These are the decisions you make every day that add up over time. We've just talked about the people you choose, so let's quickly touch on the other 3 critical pillars: your health, your money, and your dreams.
It is so easy to take your health for granted when you're young. You feel invincible, but it is the absolute foundation for everything else. Without your energy and your well-being, you can't chase your dreams. You can't enjoy success. Taking care of your body today is a direct investment in your future self. And that exact same principle applies to money. It's not really about how much you save, especially at first. It's about building the habit of saving. Putting even a little bit aside consistently builds that muscle of financial discipline. And because of the magic of compounding, that small amount creates options and opportunities for you down the road that you can't even see yet. And finally, you have to protect your dream. People are going to doubt you. They will call you crazy. They told Jack Ma he was just a poor English teacher who should give up, but he didn't listen. Your vision, your dream, it belongs to you and you alone. You have to be its fiercest defender. Look, if you take only one single thing away from all of this, let it be this right here. Your parents can help you, your teachers can guide you, but at the end of the day, there is only one person who is in charge of building your life, and that person is you. And that brings us right back to where we started. This isn't a one-time thing. It's a daily practice. It's a daily commitment to look in the mirror and ask yourself, am I growing? Am I taking ownership? Am I moving, even an inch, closer to my dream? Because ultimately, this is the question your future self is going to ask you. And the choices you're making today, right now, in this moment, they're writing the answer to that question.